done a little bit of research, reading up, trying to figure out a method that can allow these trees to grow so they're not being hindered by all of the grass and weeds coming up. So I'm going to show you a little bit about what I'm doing. The first step is I'm going to weed eat this area here. All right, so we've got it weed eated. So this is what we've got now. And we're going to take some material and cover over this area. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so the next part of what I've decided to do with these orchard trees is I bought a material called Lumite. So it's just kind of like this black geotextile material that is kind of used in greenhouses, and then I think maybe some planting like out in fields for, I'm guessing, like watermelons or something like that. So they've got these blue lines for kind of your rows to mark. What I've decided to do here with the tree is, they say that you want to protect your tree for about 3 feet out. So what I did is came in here, I bought this material, so it's 6 foot wide, and I cut it into 6x6 sections, then basically kind of made like a Christmas tree skirt out of it. So I came in here and cut 3 foot in right here. I'm just going to put the base of the tree in the middle of that and then pull this around the tree. And then that kind of makes a nice weed barrier. This material's supposed to last somewhere between 8 to 10 years in sunlight. So hopefully that will be the case. Because like I said, I'm just trying to come up with a method and kind of reduce my time having to come over here and trying to mow and that kind of thing, and still allow the trees to grow well. And there's going to be some other things in with this method that I'll show you guys that I have in mind, but I'll kind of walk you through how to set this up. So I believe this is, it's one of my peach trees out here. I'm just going to show you how to put this Lumite around this. So I bought this material from Shaw Fabrics. I think that was a .com, but I can put a link down below for you guys if you are interested in this material. Like I say, what I bought was about 300 feet long. So that 3 foot cut that I made, and by the way, I'll probably show you guys in another video, but went through a couple of different ways trying to learn how to cut this material. It actually melts, and you can cut it with a soldering iron. So that's what I use to cut this, so it melts the edges as you cut so it doesn't unravel. Otherwise this stuff gets pretty messy. And so I just kind of secure it up here around the base. I'm using 6-inch pins so it actually holds in the ground a little bit easier. So just got my fencing pliers here. I'm trying to line it up with the other trees in my row. So I've got about 20 trees in this orchard, various different fruits in it. So I'm just going to put this one in here. I'll show you where I put the other ones. So just drive that pin in. I think I bought these on Amazon, and they make some that are galvanized. I don't think I bought the galvanized, so these will probably rust a little bit. I'll have to go back and look exactly how much I spent on them, but I want to say it was somewhere around $35 or so. So I just basically pitch these around all the corners and in the middles, and then I put the pin here, or the staple, put this other staple at the edge, and then I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I use 9 staples in this. So I'll secure these now. Just kind of pull the material tight and then drive the staples in. And so when I do this, I do that one. Then I go to the opposite side here, stretch the material out, and I put it in about 1 inch, 2 inches. It might help if you actually double this over just to kind of give it some little extra holding. And then I do all the middles first. That seems to help me be able to pull the material a little more evenly out from the base of the tree. try not to hit your hand. I didn't inherit my father's nailing abilities, but something that you can develop. So then I do the corner on this side, and then I'll come over here, do the corner on this side, stretch the material out, and I actually put these in on kind of a diagonal with that corner, because that's how this material is going to pull. So trying to think about which direction it's going to be pulling at. Do this middle and these last two corners. So that gets you in and around the tree. This will now be weed free, 3 foot radius, radial area from the tree. One thing about this tree that you can probably tell is it's leaning a little bit. That's because I've tried to build these trees up on a little bit of a berm on the side of this gentle slope as a way to try to keep some water around the trees. And that's just where that cage fell on top of it a little bit. So I'll have to straighten that tree out. But hope you like this idea. Hope it makes your life a little bit easier, as I hope it will mine. I just wanted to show you the finished, one of my trees that I finished with this system that I've showed you. So we got the lumite down, and then like I said, I've had some issues with kind of my cages falling over. So a couple of ways I guess you could do this is, one, you could go around and pin it in. I just hate to put more holes in my material, so I decided to try to use some bricks. This one has actually been sitting like this for a couple of weeks. Seems to be doing good. So hope this helps.